Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I, the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, and King Dio. WarioWare Get It Together is the newest Nintendo Switch title. From Nintendo, from the geniuses at Intelligent Systems, actually co-developed with Nintendo. I never really understood that. Like, either it's one or the other. I don't understand why they're co-developing. But anyway, new WarioWare game. Not necessarily what I wanted. Not necessarily what I was looking forward to. Not necessarily what I was expecting. I like WarioWare, right? I'm super. I've played a lot of these games, and I never quite got into them. I never quite understood the appeal. But a lot of them were games that I picked up years after the fact. Games that I never really that I didn't play when they first came out. I think the first WarioWare game I played was Game and Wario, and I don't even think that's really considered a WarioWare game by anyone, not even Nintendo themselves. So Get It Together, weirdly enough, out of all the games, is my first experience with a WarioWare game day one. And, having it on my shelf, playing it as much as I am, I really do feel that it is my favorite. And that is very surprising to say because, like, when I beat the game, I was saying I'm kind of underwhelmed by it. It's kind of disappointing. I kind of wish they did more things with it. I think they need to be more ambitious with this franchise. But the more I thought about it and the more I played it, the more I began to like respect it for what it does. And this kind of goes into what I've been saying about like Nintendo's development philosophy from the onset, like from the beginning of the channel. Like I've been saying this about like a lot of my favorite franchises, stuff like Zelda, stuff like Mario, stuff like the Yoshi games, Donkey Kong, those kind of things. I've always maintained that having good, interesting gameplay is more important than anything else, right? Like you don't need good visuals, you don't need online play, you don't need like an epic story. Like you basically just need a fun game that you want to play, and that's really all you need. And WarioWare, I think, delivers on that exceptionally well. I am surprised at just how engaged I am with the micro games in this game. They did a really good, interesting thing here, in which instead of having like just the 300 micro games and just having like 200 or so micro games and having you like rotate between them, you have a selection of characters that you can use to play the micro games, all of which who play completely differently. So you have like 9 volt who can't stop moving. You have like 18 volt who just stands still and just shoots things. You have like Ashley flying around shooting shooting beams of energy. You have characters that shoot up. You have characters that shoot down. You have characters that shoot left and right. You have characters that charge. You have characters that do all sorts of things, right? Um, that jump, that have slightly different properties from one another, and they're all designed to be able to beat any micro game. But occasionally, actually very often, you will be going up against the micro games that character is not necessarily suited for. Or in other cases, you'll have characters that are very well suited for your micro game. What that means, in essence, is that like every time you play the game, assuming you're like switching between characters a lot, like you're gonna have a completely wild, different experience. Like regardless of what you're doing or anything like that. Like I feel more than most other WarioWare games. This game doesn't really feel like it's getting old. Like I'm actually feeling like I'm actually going back and replaying like the story segments. I'm actually going to those sections over and over again, like trying to get high scores, trying to compete objectives, playing the online Wario Cup, messing around with the variety pack. Like I've always liked WarioWare, but I think this is the first time that like I've really got into it. Like really enjoyed, really started to enjoy it. So much though that like Wario playing a little bit of WarioWare has been a staple of my streams over the past couple of days. Like it's been a lot of fun. And like yeah, I do prefer Wario Land. I do. I think Wario Land is one of the most underrated Nintendo platforming series out there. But at the same time, like people love WarioWare for a reason. I don't think I would change a single thing about it. To be honest with you, like they've really done something great here, and I think this will go on to be one of the one of yet another well received Nintendo Switch exclusive.